Hello and welcome to Democracy at Work, a program designed to educate and inform the general public on electoral matters. It is brought to you by the Electoral Offices of St. and Nevis. I am Genevieve Mills, Registration Officer for St. Christopher No. 2. And for this program, with the authority of the Supervisor of Elections, I will explain the registration process. According to the National Assembly Act, anyone who is a citizen of the Federation 18 years or older and is ordinarily resident in the Federation is entitled to register as a voter. Secondly, anyone who is a citizen of the Federation 18 years or older who is ordinarily resident overseas but has a domicile in St. Christopher and Nevis is also eligible to be registered as a voter. The third category of persons who may apply to be registered as voters are overseas persons who had been ordinarily resident before immigrating, and persons whose parent or parents were, but for migration or death, ordinarily resident in the Federation. This qualification is based on the maternal line. Fourthly, any Commonwealth citizen 18 years or older who has been ordinarily resident in the Federation for a continuous period of at least 12 months immediately before the registration date earns a right to register as a voter. There is an interesting aspect in the Commonwealth factor. There are 51 countries listed in the National Assembly Act whose citizens have a pathway to our register of voters. These countries have a combined population of 2 billion, or a full third of the world's population. Now, what does residency mean? The law describes ordinary residence as a place in which that person has always been or which he has adopted as a place of his or her habitation or home whereto, when away from there he or she intends to return. Domicile, according to an internet definition, is held to mean having a right of lawful permanent residence and is different from ordinary or habitual residence. And so, a person can maintain domicile in a country even when he is not physically present. May I repeat? Domicile, according to an internet definition, is held to mean having a right of lawful permanent residence and is different from ordinary or habitual residence. And so, a person can maintain domicile in a country even when he is not physically present. There are instances when a person, even though he or she is 18 or older, is a national or citizen or Commonwealth citizen, will not be eligible to register to vote. These are persons who are certified to be insane or of unsound mind, who are under a sentence of death here or in any part of the Commonwealth, or under sentence of imprisonment exceeding 12 months, and who have not served their time or received a pardon. There is a third disqualification that comes about via any other law specifically prohibits registration. Example, the CBI Act. Having met the qualification conditions outlined, each applicant is required to appear in person at our offices in Charlestown or Bastia, to complete the relevant form, be interviewed, and to present documentary evidence as follows. 1. Birth or baptismal certificate or both. Certificate of citizenship where applicable, whether by descent, marriage, or naturalization. 3. Deed poll where applicable. 4. Passport, especially for Commonwealth citizens, or a valid driver's license. 5. Any other form of identification carrying a photograph. 6. A qualifying address, as certified by a utility bill, school report, postal evidence, Inland Revenue Department property tax receipt, etc. We are also required to certify the immigration status of Commonwealth citizens. The supervisor of elections has a right to demand any other evidence to authenticate the identity of the applicant. If he does, when he does, all will be properly notified. Be advised that though our offices have the right of refusal to register an applicant, but if that is done, the applicant must be advised in writing and given reasons, and has the right to challenge within 7 working days. Each applicant, upon application, will be assigned to only one constituency and one polling division within that constituency. The name will be published for all to see and will be subject to objections before that person becomes a fully registered voter. At the end of the process, you will receive your national identification card identifying you by picture, full name, occupation, and address. That's all for this edition of Democracy at Work. Join us again next time when we will tell you more as we strive to ensure one man, one vote in the right place and fairness for all.